After the age of 50, there are evenings when you may not exactly feel sad, but your heart still finds it hard to be at peace. Your body is already tired after a long day, yet your mind keeps running after familiar worries, health, family, aging, sleep, or sometimes just a quiet emptiness you cannot quite name. And in moments like these, what we need is not always a big solution, but a gentle little corner where both the body and the mind can slow down. A plant by the window, a warm cup of herbal tea, or a soft scent spreading through the room can become a tender signal, reminding us that the day is over. And now it is time to rest. These plants are not cures for insomnia or stress, but they can help create a healthier, calmer, and more comforting evening routine. In this video, we will explore 7 plants that can help you relax, reduce stress, and soothe restless evenings after the age of 50. If you have also had evenings when you felt tired, overwhelmed with thoughts, and simply wanted to find a little peace, please hit the like button so we can begin this video together with a soft and calming energy. 1. Rose hips. Rose hips are a very suitable choice for evenings after the age of 50, especially when the body begins to feel tired. The mind is full of thoughts, and the weather outside turns a little chilly. Unlike teas with an overly strong aroma, rosehip tea brings a gentler feeling, a light tartness, a warm orange-red color, and a soft fragrance like the last bit of sunlight lingering in a cup of tea. What makes rosehips valuable is that they are often known as fruits rich in vitamin C and natural antioxidants. So, as part of a daily wellness routine, a cup of rosehip tea can bring a very comforting feeling. It warms the stomach and gives you a gentle sense that your body is being cared for. However, it is important not to see it as a medicine or a magical solution. The greatest value of rosehip tea lies in its consistency, its slowness, and the peaceful feeling it brings at the end of the day. You can imagine a quiet evening after dinner. You boil a kettle of hot water, place a few dried rose hips into a cup, and wait as the tea slowly turns into a warm amber red color. That waiting moment alone can feel like a small relaxation exercise, helping the mind move away from the worries of the day. Rose hip tea can be enjoyed on its own, or combined with dried apple, orange peel, cinnamon, or a little honey to create a warmer and softer taste. If you want to grow it at home, the rosehip plant is more suitable for a garden, a fence line, or a large outdoor planter. When using rose hips for tea, choose clean, food-grade fruits that have not been sprayed with chemicals. For people who are taking medication or have health conditions that need monitoring, it is best to use it moderately and consult a professional if they want to drink it regularly. 2. Cinnamon. Cinnamon is one of the ingredients that brings the clearest sense of warmth to evenings after the age of 50. Just by placing a small cinnamon stick into a cup of hot water, its gentle aroma begins to spread, making the kitchen feel softer, warmer, and somehow safer. Cinnamon has a depth of scent that is very unique, warm, lightly sweet, slightly spicy, not too sharp, but not too faint either. It feels like a slow layer of warmth surrounding the space, making it easier for someone to sit down, breathe more deeply, and stop rushing through the thoughts in their mind. A warm cup of cinnamon tea can become a very comforting ritual at the end of the day. When the body is already tired, hands wrapped around a cup of hot water, and the scent of cinnamon rising through the steam, there is a feeling of being gently pulled back into the present moment. The worries of the day may still be there, but they no longer feel as loud as before. Cinnamon does not make every problem disappear, but it creates a small pause, just enough for the body to understand that the day has come to a close. And now it is time to rest. The lovely thing about cinnamon is that it not only brings warmth when you drink it, but also softens the surrounding space. The scent of cinnamon in the kitchen, on the tea table, or in a quiet corner of the room can make the evening feel less cold, less empty, and more comforting. However, cinnamon should be used as a gentle spice, not overused like medicine. If you have liver disease, are taking diabetes medication, blood thinners, or medication for an underlying health condition, it is best to use it in moderate amounts. 3. Jasmine. Jasmine is one of the plants that fits very well with the idea of evening relaxation after the age of 50, because its fragrance is not only pleasant, but also brings a feeling of softness, depth, and peace. When night falls, The small white jasmine flowers begin to release a gentle scent into the air, making the room, the windowsill, or the porch feel much more soothing. The fragrance is not loud or harsh. It is clean, warm, and slightly comforting, like a gentle reminder that the body does not need to stay tense anymore. A pot of jasmine placed in the living space can become a beautiful part of an evening routine. After a long day, simply sitting near the plant, noticing the soft floral scent, and allowing the breath to slow down can give the mind a chance to step away from the heavy thoughts of the day. Jasmine does not need to create a big change, but its steady gentleness can make a room feel less cold, less empty, and more comforting. If you want to use jasmine for making tea or scenting tea leaves, it is important to choose the right edible type of jasmine. The most common one is Arabian jasmine, or Jasminum sambac. The flowers should be grown cleanly, without chemical sprays, and used only in moderate amounts to add fragrance. For sensitive people, it is better to start with a light floral scent instead of using too much right away. Jasmine is not a cure for stress or insomnia, but it can help make the evening feel softer, more fragrant, and more peaceful. 4. Kumquat tree. The kumquat tree is a very interesting choice for evenings after the age of 50, because it is not only beautiful to look at, but also brings a feeling of warmth, brightness, and familiarity to the home. The small golden-orange kumquats standing out against the green leaves create a lively feeling, but not in a way that is too bright or overwhelming. Just placing a pot of kumquat in a spot with enough light can make the evening space feel warmer, almost as if a little piece of sunshine has been kept inside the house. What makes the kumquat tree comforting is not only its color, but also the very distinctive scent of its peel. When you gently squeeze or cut a thin slice of kumquat, a fresh, clean, slightly sweet citrus aroma quickly spreads out, making the room feel brighter after a long and tiring day. The scent is not too strong, but it is enough to awaken a pleasant feeling, lighten the mind, and make the evening feel softer. Kumquats can also be used to make warm water or a light tea. Just a few slices of kumquat in a cup of hot water can create a simple yet very soothing drink, with a light tart taste and a natural fragrance. The moment you hold a warm cup of kumquat water in your hands and gently breathe in the scent, rising through the steam can also become a small ritual that helps the body slow down. A kumquat tree can be grown in a pot, making it suitable for people who do not have much garden space. However, if you use the fruit for drinking, you need to make sure the tree has been grown cleanly and without chemical sprays. In particular, you should not use fruits from kumquat pots bought only for decoration if you are not sure how they were grown or cared for. The kumquat tree is not a plant that cures stress, but its bright color, fragrant peel, and a warm cup of kumquat water can help make the evening feel gentler, warmer, and more comforting. Which kind of relaxation do you prefer? A warm cup of tea, a gentle scent, or a green corner inside your home? Share your choice in the comments. 5. Butterfly pea. Butterfly pea is a beautiful choice for evenings after the age of 50, especially for those who want to turn a simple cup of tea into a relaxing moment filled with color and emotion. The most striking feature of butterfly pea flowers is their naturally soothing blue color. When brewed with hot water, the dried petals slowly release a clear blue shade, almost like a small piece of sky placed inside a teacup. That color alone can make the tiredness of the day feel a little lighter. Butterfly pea tea does not have an overly strong aroma, nor does it feel harsh. It is gentle, light, and quietly beautiful. When you boil water, place a few flowers into a cup, and sit there watching the water gradually turn blue. That moment feels like a small exercise in slowing down the mind. You do not need to do much. You only need to watch the color spread little by little. Let the steam rise softly, and allow the body to understand that evening has arrived, and everything can begin to settle. What makes butterfly pea special is that it is not just a drink, but also creates a very gentle feeling of self-care. A blue cup of tea in your hands can make the space feel less heavy, help the mind step away from repeated worries, and bring you back to the present moment. If you want to grow it at home, butterfly pea is a climbing plant, suitable for a small trellis, a fence, a balcony, or a pot with a support frame. When using it for tea, choose clean flowers that have not been sprayed with chemicals and have been properly dried. Butterfly pea is not a cure for stress or insomnia, but it can help make the evening feel softer, more beautiful, and more peaceful. 6. Chamomile. Chamomile is one of the herbs that is especially suitable for evenings after the age of 50, when the body is already tired but the mind is still filled with many thoughts. This small flower brings a very gentle feeling, a light fragrance, a clean taste, a naturally mild sweetness, and a pale yellow tea color like a small lamp glowing in a quiet kitchen. It is this softness that makes chamomile so loved in relaxing end-of-day routines. A warm cup of chamomile tea can become a very gentle signal, reminding the body that now is the time to rest. Just boiling water, placing a few dried chamomile flowers into a cup, and waiting for the floral scent to rise softly through the steam can already feel like a ritual that slows down the pace of life. You do not need to hurry, and you do not need to force yourself to fall asleep right away. You only need to sit quietly for a moment. Hold the warm cup in your hands, and let your mind slowly move away from the worries of the day. What makes chamomile valuable is the sense of peace it brings in a very natural way, without feeling heavy or complicated. The light color of the tea, the soft floral scent, and the smooth taste can make the evening feel calmer, as if the whole room is slowing down with you. It does not make every problem disappear, but it can create a gentle enough pause for the body to relax. If you want to grow it at home, chamomile can be grown in a pot, a raised planter, or a bright corner of the garden. When using it for tea, choose clean flowers that have not been sprayed with chemicals and have been properly dried. For people who are allergic to plants in the daisy family or are taking medication for an underlying health condition, it is best to use it moderately. Chamomile is not a cure for insomnia or stress, but it can be a very gentle companion for restless evenings. 7. Plumeria. Plumeria, also known as frangipani, is a beautiful choice for those who want to create an evening space that feels gentle, softly fragrant, and deeply restful after the age of 50. This flower does not need overly bright colors to make an impression. With its soft, thick petals, often in shades of white, yellow, pink, or orange blended tones, plumeria can make a porch, balcony, or windowsill feel warmer and more peaceful. The most charming quality of plumeria is its fragrance. Its scent is usually sweet, warm, slightly tropical, and deeply relaxing. When evening comes, that fragrance drifts lightly through the air, not rushed, not overwhelming, but like a soft layer of comfort surrounding the space. Simply sitting near a blooming plumeria plant and taking one slow breath can make the home feel less cold, less empty, and easier to breathe in. Plumeria is also suitable for people who enjoy simple but meaningful beauty. On tiring days, watering the plant, watching each flower bud slowly open, or simply sitting quietly beside its gentle scent can become a small relaxation ritual. It helps bring you back to the present moment, instead of being constantly pulled away by anxious thoughts in your mind. However, plumeria should only be used for enjoying its beauty and fragrance, not for making tea or for eating. Its sap may cause irritation if it touches sensitive skin, so you should be careful when caring for or pruning the plant. It is not a cure for stress or insomnia, but it can help make the evening feel softer, more fragrant, and more peaceful. After the age of 50, a peaceful evening sometimes does not come from big things, but from very small habits. A warm cup of rosehip tea, a touch of cinnamon scent in the kitchen, a few jasmine flowers gently blooming by the window, or the soft blue color of butterfly pea tea in a cup. All of these can become gentle signals, reminding the body that the day is over, and now it is time to rest. Each plant on this list brings a different feeling. Some help warm us from the inside, some calm the mind through fragrance, and some only need to be looked at to make the space feel less lonely. They are not cures for insomnia or stress, but they can help create a slower, healthier, and more comforting evening rhythm. If you are after the age of 50, try starting with a small plant, a warm cup of tea, or a very gentle scent. Sometimes, just one small touch of green is enough to make the heart feel more at peace. Among the 7 plants we talked about today, which one do you like the most? Leave a comment below, because your sharing may help other viewers find an option that suits them better. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next videos.